All right, our stream is back. We're now 20-14. Eagles in the lead. Seahawks trying to get in a field goal range here with 5 seconds left. We'll bring you the second half, hopefully uninterrupted, but we'll see. You never do know with these games. Look, it is what it is, as they say. Let me make sure I'm streaming. I am indeed. I'll get this back up for the second half. Let's see what the Seahawks can do here, and then you guys can join me in the second half. Wilson going to go, and he's going to run around like a maniac, escape artist at its best. Luckily, he doesn't fumble because he had to have been quite stamina depleted there at that point in time. So let me share this for the second half commentary here. Boom, boom. Let's see. And the Seahawks do indeed get the ball. So we have a ball game, folks. 20-14, Eagles lead. Seahawks will receive down a score, and they were able to move the ball while we were watching earlier. Stream did go out. Wentz kind of rolled out through a pass to Gilmore. That was intended for Ertz, but it was kind of a wide overthrow. The little throw-on run there for Wentz betrayed him. So let's see what the second half brings. Looks like the Eagles were able to run the ball. No surprise there. They're a great run team. Nice little slant route there to Tyler Lockett. Russell Wilson over the middle. And we are now 2nd and 3. Lockett already 75 yards receiving on the day. Davion Taylor, 3 tackles on the day. Let's get rid of this. I must have hit function to try to turn up my volume. We all know every computer's different. Looking like we're going to go to Carson here. They do indeed on a stretch. He doesn't quite get outside. Looked like it was going to be like a big loss. Then it looked like, oh, wait, he's going to get outside. And then it just went to shit. So big 3rd and 3 here. It's kind of a momentum deflator when you have the ball at half and you have a chance to take the lead and you're like, oh, I get the ball at half, I'm going to go down, take the lead, and then you don't. It kind of throws you out of whack. So you got to think, while there will be plenty more drives in this game, you really got to think that the Seahawks will want to have not let this go. And Lockett hangs on to that. Was curious to see if he was going to drop that ball. What a catch by Tyler Lockett. That should put him right at about 100 yards. Wilson's almost at 200 yards on the day. Yep, 4 receptions, 100 yards for Lockett. Wilson's got to be nearing the 200-yard mark. So we have the tale of 2 different offenses here. The Seahawks able to move the ball through the air. The Eagles have been able to move the ball on the ground. They're already at 100 yards rushing. And here we go. That guy looks super slow. Sony Michel, not known for his speed, but man, he looked like he was fucking running in mud. Here, Eagles defense adjusting to the no huddle. Back to pass. We have had his man over the middle. Is it going to be intercepted? It is not. Wow. Wee wow, as Borat would say. Caught him in a cover 2 there and had that post route. Went for the streak down the sideline. Safety made a hell of a play to get over to it. Looked like he was going to intercept it. Did not. If Seahawks watches this back, he will be upset because that post route from the slot came wide open. Probably would have been a touchdown as long as Wilson didn't air it out too much and give the opposite side safety time to get there. No chance there for Russell Wilson on 3rd and 6. Brandon Graham comes in 4th and 10 from the 44. Kind of a no man's land. 4th and 10 is too long to go for it in this league, but it is that weird ass no man's land where if it were 4th and 3, you got to think he's probably going for it here. Punts it. Is there backspin? There is indeed. Crazy backspin. Look like one of those golf shots from the Masters. But they are inside the 20 here, 16. So the Eagles with a huge chance to go up 2 scores. And with the way they run the ball, you got to think that a 2-score lead with only about a quarter and a half to play, it works in their favor just because they are a pretty good run team in his preferred I-form pro, I guess you could call it, with the 1 tight end, 2 wide receiver set. You're able to kind of run those dives and still get outside. And looks like Bradley McDougald's brother, Mitchell McDougald, I have no clue if his name's Mitchell, I just made that up, was injured on the play. So we're 2nd and 2. Marcus May, former Jet. Stephon Gilmore, former Patriot. The Seahawks have plenty of AFC East castaways in that secondary, it seems. Here goes Howard again. Similar play. Looks like he got the first. We'll see where they spot it. 1st and 10 indeed. see if the Seahawks can get him out of this formation or if the Eagles will stay with it as it's been working. More of a bunch set here. Gets in that shotgun kind of trips. Not really bunch. It's like a trips, I guess you could call it, tray. And there it is to the flat. Sanders out of bounds, tackled out of bounds. So we're going to have about a 2nd and 3 here. Yep, 2nd and 3. Dislocated shoulder for the D tackle. Will not be able to return. I believe he's a pretty talented rookie, Mr. McDougal. Let's see. What was it? 75, I believe he was. Yeah, Matt McDougal, rookie, 22, 73 overall. So again, not an all-pro or anything, but a 73 overall rookie, as we all know, is pretty damn good this cycle. So he'll be missed on the interior there. Because I believe Jaron Reed made his way to New York, maybe in that Marcus May trade. I don't know exactly who was traded, but I know Jaron Reed is on New York. Nice little jet sweep here to Rager Kenny. I didn't know if he was going to hit a little jukesy dipsy do there, but just went for the sideline. Probably smart with Marcus May. He's not the hardest hitter. Looked like the Eye of Sauron there in the background. He's not the hardest hitter, but he does cause a decent amount of fumbles in Madden for whatever reason. Here we go. Nicely played there by Bobby Wagner, who in real life has looked like he's lost a step. We'll just put it that way. Does not look like the Bobby Wagner of old, but in Madden he has still been quite a baller. Reagor on a linebacker is always going to be a mismatch there. Got Reagor on that little post there against the linebacker, and your linebacker's not going to do too well against Jalen Reagor on that little post route. Nice early throw by Wentz. Caught him before the break. Sanders up the middle there on the inside zone. So he is now at 114 yards and 3 touchdowns, continuing his MVP season. Oh, and I stand corrected. It's the H Pro set. It's not just the old regular Pro. I guess that means that you got the tight end kind of popped off a little bit. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the H-back is. I know Chris Cooley and his little chode penis made the H-back famous by showing his penis when he was taking a picture of his playbook. Which, why you're taking a picture of your playbook, I don't know. Why is your penis randomly hanging out? I don't know. But Chris Cooley did both of those things. Showed his penis and his playbook at the same time. The two no-nos. Can't show your two P's. Really decent route there. Griffin nicely played. I don't know who that wide receiver was, but he didn't even look like he tried to catch it. It just like bounced off his shoulder. Let's see who 83 here is for the Eagles. Let's get back here. I don't want to miss a play. All right, so let's watch this play. 2nd and 10, kind of a big play here. This is where the Eagles tends to like to go to Sanders here out of the backfield, and it looks like he will again. Does indeed. Usually on like in that 2nd and 10-ish range, he tries to go to Sanders to make it 3rd and manageable, and there it worked very well. He's able to get a 1st and 10. There's little slip screens this cycle have been weird. Let's put it that way. So sometimes if you're in man, you cover them perfectly. Sometimes if you're in zone, you cover them perfectly. But for the most part, screens tend to be there unless you're user controlling the guy. So, and there's another one of those little I-form kind of inside zone runs. Howard's able to get to the outside. Seahawks was caught between a rock and a hard place there. He kind of went through the gap where the guard and the center is. What is that? The A gap. And then Howard's able to bounce it outside. Yeah, that inside zone from that I-form Pro is like the, I don't know if you guys remember from a couple cycles ago, it was like the dive where you could pretty easily either run it up the middle or pop it outside. That inside zone seems to be the go-to. This one where you get them in that I-form and you have the option of inside or outside. While we're waiting for this kickoff, let's see who number 83 is. Brian Lacy, rookie wide receiver, 63 overall. Makes sense as to why he didn't even react out of Miami, it looks like. Yes, 6'2". No real exceptional stats, 87 speed, and clearly his play recognition is dog shit. So he just got hit in the shoulder pad with that one. Huge drive here for the Seahawks. You don't have to be in like hurry up mode, but you really have to start making some hay. I don't know that it's 4-down territory yet, but we're approaching that. We are definitely approaching the 4-down territory mode. Here we go. Dangerous under center. I don't know if we have trips or if this is just the I-form with the Y. Oh, and he throws it right to the linebacker. Is that no, it's not Tremaine Edmonds. It's T. Edwards. I thought it said T. Edmonds. I said, "Jeez, I know Nick unloaded before he left, but what the heck?" So let's see who that is. Nicely played there, user lurk. One of those plays where you just thought it was going to be there. I think he predetermined he was going to the running back, and it was just not there. So we're in the I form here. Howard, 5 rushes, 31 yards in that TD we just saw. This could be put away drive mode here for the Eagles. So the Eagles has these definitely has his favored formations. It's the I form. He's got a doubles at a shotgun, and then he loves that gun tray Y flex. Those are definitely the 3 formations that you see a lot when he plays. And if you're going to beat him, you're going to have to stop the flats, and you're going to have to stop the run. Ertz and Rager are kind of the safety valves, but the flats and the run are what need to be done. And Miles Sanders is just earning his money here. Oh, 4th and inches. Nicely done there. Can they keep it to a 2-score game? We'll see what the Eagles do here if they're going to go for it. It's that weird zone where I think you should go for it to make it more than a 2-score game, but I could see the other user being pissed if you did go for it. Although at 4th and inches, it's not like you can get mad about it. Personally, I think. We'll see what he does here. Looks like he is going to go for the field goal to make it a 2-score game still, but it is 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. So it's quite the mountain to climb, especially when the Eagles have been moving the ball as well as they have been in this second half. Kind of at will, I guess you could say, against that aforementioned number 1 defense in Seattle. Elliott puts it up and through 32-14, and we are now a full-on 2-score game. Let's see who that middle linebacker was for the Eagles. Want to give him some credit. TJ Edwards, 25 years old. He's one of those Madden guys. Second-year star dev. Again, not exceptionally fast, but made one hell of a play there. He's only a 71 overall. Looks like Eagles has some guys that he likes that maybe others wouldn't like, because I don't think many people would value TJ Edwards with only a 77 speed. But he is very much a player. He's a playmaker. I'm assuming he's a normal, and Eagles has devved him up to a star, so he's done well for him. Chris Carson, flag on the play. You got to imagine that's holding or blocking the back. It is indeed on the fullback, so that negates the nice run there, brings it back to 1st and 17 inside their own 20. Fletcher Cox doesn't look like he has a sack yet, has not been able to activate that X factor, the fearmonger. Although I think Russell Wilson has something to combat that, where he doesn't, pressure doesn't affect him as much. I know he's got escape artist. I know he's got like that dashing dead eye, but I do think he also has, like, whether it's, I don't know if it's fearless. I forget what they're all called. There's so many of them. I'm going to go underneath here to Philip Dorsett again. We're at 182 now for Russell Wilson, touchdown and the interception we just saw, which could end up being a back breaker. Excuse me, I need some more coffee. All right, so here we go. We got the trips left. The gun tray looks like kind of a type deal that the Eagles like to run. We're going to go to inside zone. He gets it up the middle. Very well done by Sony Michel. A little bit of a swerve there, but it's not like the defenders were behind him and he was pulling the old Tecmo Bowl. First down, Seahawks, and that is a huge first down. You got to be able to breathe a sigh of relief if you're the Seahawks, because you did not want to punt that ball back to the Eagles without putting some points on the board. Another first down or two, you're pretty much in 4-down territory. I think you might be in 4-down territory no matter what. Little screenplay here. Nicely defended. Russell Wilson breaks out of it, but is sacked. Nicely played, like we talked about. If you're not using the screen, they develop nicely. That was very nicely usered by the Eagles. He came right in between the two blockers there. Nowhere for Wilson to go. He ends up having to take a sack, loss of a yard. Could have been much more disastrous, but the escape artist really helped him there keep it to only a 1-yard loss as opposed to a 7 or 8-yard loss. So he's got him. Oh, nicely played there. Well played, 1 by the user and then 2 by the corner there. He dropped off nicely. The I thought myself that the halfback coming out in the flat would keep him honest, but he was able to say no. I know exactly what's going on here, and went ahead and made a beautiful play there. Let's see who 42 is. It is Kayvon Wallace. Does Kayvon Wallace look like a bitch? Strong safety, so I guess he was like a cover 6 or cover 3 there, where he kind of came down into that curl flat zone. I definitely thought, like I said, the running back was going to keep him honest, but I'm guessing I will have to watch it back. That's the one thing I hate about Twitch is you can't rewind during a live stream. It's why I prefer YouTube. But I'll have to see if there was a corner underneath there, and that's why he was able to kind of just play that route. So we'll play this out here. We'll watch another drive or two. We'll see if the Seahawks are able to kind of get back in it. If not, we'll go ahead and cut the stream. But 37-14, the Eagles are looking like they are going to pull away and move on to their second straight NFC Championship game, and they will be able to defend their NFC Championship, and it will be in Philly because they were the 1 seed. So it'll be Niners and Saints. I believe that's tonight around 8:30 for the right to go to Philly unless something drastically changes here in these next 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Wilson throwing up another prayer, and it is intercepted again. Darius Slay, no, he was out of bounds. I believe that was Slay and Kayvon Wallace kind of there on the coverage, thought that was intercepted, but it was not. And I do believe Slay is 24. Yes, Slay. And he is still pretty good. Getting up there in age, that's one thing the Eagles are going to have to do. The Eagles user, hey, look, he's a good user. He's going to be fine, kind of retooling, but they do have some aging stars in Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. These guys, it's not like they're 24, 25. He'll be fine for probably another season or two, and with his stick skills, he'll be fine. But it's definitely not going to be as easy sledding when that O-line starts to kind of deteriorate. Brandon Brooks, I believe, is like 34. Jason Kelsey, 35, 36. So while Miles Sanders is damn good and the Eagles user is damn good, he's going to have a harder time kind of running the ball down people's throats in these next couple of years, I would imagine. Wallace is having a game. I actually got my first ever dev story during a playoff game, so I don't know if that's something to be on the lookout for, if it's going to happen a lot. So I'd be surprised to see if Kayvon Wallace has one for the NFC Championship game. Monte Nicholson actually got one, went from normal dev to star dev in that game. That was a debacle for me against the Jets, but I did dev up Monte Nicholson, so there's one little silver lining for the Broncos organization. I know everybody is looking forward to getting these next couple of games out of the way. The AFC Championship game, I do believe will be played tonight. Hopefully, Eagles and then either Saints or Niners can kind of get together, and that is picked off. That's going to be the ball game. Kayvon Wallace with another interception. So Kayvon Wallace with another interception. My son's asking if he can have candy corn. Sure, why not? It's not even noon yet. Wallace is having a day. I don't know if it's over-the-top coverage or whatever it was, but it was just very well played. Another well-played ball. And Kayvon Wallace with his second interception has a touchdown, has about 5-6 tackles. I think if dev stories are a thing in the playoffs, and I just didn't get lucky, he may have one for the NFC Championship game. We shall see. Here, it's kind of all over but the shouting. You got to think it's going to be on chew clock time. It is indeed. That I-form set that we talked about. This is where you'd kind of, I mean, look, it's playoff time. You got to get the win. But during the regular season, I know there's been a lot of talk in the Gen chat about how we can change things up. And I think the way you can do that is you can try some other formations that you don't try as much. Like you're an I-form close, you're an I-form H pro. Very similar formations. Maybe go to like a single back, 3 wide. I don't know. This is just me kind of spitballing on ways. I know a lot of guys were annoyed with some of the statistics, and I think a way we can get away from that is by when guys are up big, changing up some of the formations and not just their kind of their favorite go-tos, so to speak, and still say, oh, well, I'm running the ball. Well, yeah, but you're running your plays that you know work for 4 or 5 yards a clip. So I just think that's something that we can all kind of do a better job of. Look, we all do it. if you know a stretch play works out of the strong eye, you're going to run that. If you know a dive play works out of the weak eye, you're going to run that. It's not like we want to purposefully lose 2 yards on a run. So it's kind of hard to mentally say, I'll just pick a play. I don't really know how well it works. But I think it's something we all do need to look at, especially in games where you're up big. However, then on the flip side, well, that's not fair that because I'm up, I kind of have to let him just get stats. Because now at 37-14, if he doesn't get that first down, he punts it back. And there's no rules, and you would fully expect Seahawks to be in kind of attack mode and throw the ball, and then he's going to get stats, and it kind of hurts you on the flip side. So I don't think there's any real perfect answer, and there's Howard going to put the icing on the cake, and then we will put the icing on our cake here. 44 to 14. Eagles go up with a commanding lead here. So the Eagles and Jets hold serve in blowout victories. The Jags and Patriots was a close game. Patriots pull it out. We shall see what the Saints and Niners have in store for us tonight. Gentlemen, I may see you then.